All right, good evening, everyone. This is the November 16, 2022 meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. This open meeting is being operated under a hybrid format pursuant to Chapter 22 of the Acts of 2022. The public can join the meeting remotely by telephone by dialing 408-650-3123 and then using access code 942-845-549, or the public can join via computer at global.gotomeeting.com/join/942-845-549. So materials for tonight's meeting have been provided to the commissioners, and the public is encouraged to follow along using our posted agenda. My name is Michael Garland. I'm chairman of the Conservation Commission. And before we begin, let me do a roll call. So members...
Sorry.
That's catchy. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tom Fallon.
Yep.
Michelle Colross.
Here.
Patrick Cunningham.
Here.
Megan Langley.
Here.
Catherine Nordberg.
Here.
Okay, and I think Chris Carey is not present. And then when I call your, and there are also town officials and employees participating. When I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tim Pratt.
Here.
Caleb Moody.
Here.
All right. Please note that each meeting taken, or each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Please also note that this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television. And then if there are any applicants that are participating remotely, please state your name and address if you were attending in person. So the first item on tonight's agenda was a 7 p.m. public hearing. Logan Huffman, a notice of intent for a portion of Washington Street, aka Route 20, for reconstruction including grading, paving, striping, and utility work within a 100-foot buffer zone. I am advised that the applicant has been having difficulty in obtaining a DEP file number. Why that is, I don't know. But they have requested this matter be continued to our next hearing. So, is there a motion?
Make a motion, we continue the public hearing to December 14th, 2022
At 7 p.m.?
at 7 p.m.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, so vote. And that was our only public hearing scheduled for tonight. So we do have other business. Members of the commission have gone on various site walks in order to check on requests for certificates of compliance. The first one I'd like to take up is 23 Brook Street. You will recall that in that case, there had been work done, a lawn had been hydroseeded, but then the applicant took it upon themselves to do additional work. We had received a request for a certificate of compliance for the prior work. We had been provided with photographs of the lawn that was stabilized after the hydroseeding. Is there a motion?
Make a motion, we issue a certificate of compliance for the original work at 23 Brook Street.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Will we be... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the discussion should be, so that part is going to be done, but they're refiling, are they refiling
They
for
were
all of
told,
the?
they appeared, I believe, in October, and they were told they had to file a notice of intent. So the enforcement order that we issued subsequent to our site walk is still in effect.
That is still in effect?
Correct. So the only thing we would be granting would be the request for certificate of compliance for the prior
Okay.
lawn
all right,
work, and
okay,
that's it.
Okay.
So, any other
And
questions?
that looks like it was done. Okay.
Okay, so did I get a second?
Yes, you have a second.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 It's a vote. We also, and you will recall this too, there was a request for a certificate of compliance for 12 Hilltop Farm Road. This is a project that was done by Ravane Development back in the 1990s when I was a member on the board. And an as-built plan was never provided. The applicant had requested that they be, in effect, given a waiver of that requirement. Members of the commission did look at 12 Hilltop Farm Road. Again, the work having been done so many years ago, everything that it appeared was stabilized. There was a detention pond in the back of the property, although it's not clear that it actually is part of the property at 12 Hilltop Farm Road. Based on my observations, I saw no reason why we could not issue a certificate of compliance. Any questions or any comments? All right. There being none, is there a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 12 Hilltop Farm Road?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? It's a vote. The next item is Lundgren Honda. Members will recall that we had gone there. A rain garden had, I guess, fallen into disrepair. They were advised that in order to obtain the certificate of compliance, they had to reestablish the rain garden. Again, several weeks ago, we went out to Lundgren, saw that the rain garden, in effect, had been reinstalled. It seemed to be performing its function. Is there a motion?
Make a motion that we issue the certificate of compliance for Lundgren Honda.
Okay, and just to be clarified, it's the partial certificate of compliance as they had requested. Is there a second?
A second.
Is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Let's vote. We also, when we were going to 12 Hilltop Farm Road, we were also requested or asked to look at a request for a certificate of compliance for an area between 39 and 78 Prospect Street, which is around the corner from Hilltop Farm Road. And I think we made a good faith effort trying to find it, couldn't find it. Hard to give a certificate of compliance to something you can't find. My thought was that we send a letter to, I think Fletcher Tilton represents the applicant, and tell them that unless they can provide us with better information, that we cannot act on the request. So if that's agreeable to you, is there a motion so I can send them the letter?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. Okay. We have received a request for a certificate of compliance for 335 Leicester Street. It was in your packet. We did receive an as-built plan for that property. And so if members are available, we could do a quick site walk this Saturday, if that would be agreeable. So I'm available. I think Michelle's available.
I am.
Patrick's available.
I should be available as long as yeah, I have to get home probably by like 10.
No problem. We'll make sure that happens. So
We can make that
I'll
happen.
sneak in.
what we can do is we can just meet at that property right at 9 o'clock if that's agreeable to everyone.
9 a.m.
And then
Santa's coming.
I believe Caleb is going to give us some information concerning an issue, potential issue with 103 Tinker Hill Road.
Yeah, we got a complaint from 103 Tinker Hill Road that the reserve at Ashworth Hill was encroaching closer than their property line than they anticipated.
Okay.
So I know I can get you, I'll send you the plan that shows the limits of disturbance.
If you could, that'd be great. Now, but that project is in Oxford, right?
The complaint, it's in Oxford and Auburn.
Okay.
The commission did issue an order conditions.
Quite a while ago.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at that.
That's the one that everybody's fighting, right?
That's the 40B project up I think it's
Right.
14 Blaker Street.
Understood.
It's
Okay.
at the top of the cul-de-sac to the right. But
Okay.
I'll get the civil set to the commission before Saturday.
That'd be great. Thank you. Okay. Good.
And then the only thing that's we received after the agenda was posted was a request for a certificate of compliance for Royal Plaza Realty, which is 883, 889, 893 Southwood Street, and 20 Hill Street. Essentially, it's the plaza that Halligan's Bar is in. They checked off that the above referenced order conditions has lapsed and therefore no longer valid, and the work regulated was never started.
Yeah, I remember that project.
We
We
did.
did.
In 2007, it was issued.
What were they going to do with that? Were they going to expand the parking? or add additional buildings?
I thought they were I thought there was a grocery store trying to go in there. I
Okay.
don't remember though.
All right.
We can pull the original file from 2007.
I mean, obviously,
Send you the plans.
yeah, if you would. But I mean, obviously, if the work was never done, then
Yeah.
there's nothing
I
to
figured it was a
check out.
problem.
Okay, so we'll make, yeah, and you indicated that'll be on our agenda for the next meeting anyway.
Yes.
Okay, very good. I think we've covered everything. Okay, don't do a happy dance yet. Is there any new business? Okay,
I just have a question about our hearing dates for
Yes.
2023.
sure.
This was on my second winter, but I was thinking that in January, February, we only met once.
Well, no.
We always meet twice and even in,
We do, but sometimes,
Okay.
actually, if we don't get filings in, then we have been known to cancel meetings.
okay.
So that's
maybe
the only months where we only have one scheduled meeting is November and December. That's because of the holidays.
Okay.
So, but otherwise, if there have been times, occasions where in fact there were no new filings, and so there was no need to have a meeting, and they've been canceled.
Okay.
So, to your point. Okay. If there is no new business, I dare say, is there a motion to adjourn?
The motion we adjourn.
Second.
You can tell she's really anxious to leave.
I'd like to discuss that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. All right, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.